तो कैसे हैं आप सब लोग?
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I
And my name is Veena, and this is basically Fatehgarh Palace, which is a hotel. It's a 5-star property, and in this property we have got our vintage car collection also. So we have got a collection from 1930 to 1970, a wide range of cars including Cadillacs with V8 engines. We have got Jaguars of 50, and then we have got Mercedes of 70s and 60s. We have got Daimler of 1938, so that's the collection that we have. This car, this is a Cadillac V8 of 1931. It is a Series 353. So V8 is basically the engine type of this car, and V means that in this car there are two engines which are placed vertically in a shape of a V. So on both the sides you can see one engine on the left and one engine on the right, and with total 8 cylinders. That means 4 cylinder each engine. So that is the concept of V8 engines. Cadillacs were basically the onsetters or introducers of V8 engines. V8 engines are successful till date in Formula racing cars and all. So these are very powerful engines. The engine to this car is 5000 cc. So it's quite a powerful car.
Very powerful car.
So, and if you look at the vintage cars, you can identify them just by their headlamps and nothing else. So, from 31 to 38, the headlamps were very big and they were placed away from the main body of the car. This was the placement from 31 to 38. Hello. These lamps, fog lamps, these are rotating lamps.
Okay.
So they are getting connected to the steering from this rod. So whenever you turn your car towards the left or the right, both these lamps will turn along.
Okay.
So again, this technology is revived back in today's cars by the name of corner lamps.
Yeah.
So corner lamps is nothing but this technology again reviving back. And the logo of this car, this is called the Flying Lady or the Flying Goddess. It's a very beautiful indicative of the sporty look and the speed. Then this car, this is a two-door car. All over the world, two-door cars were manufactured only between 300 to 400. Four-door cars were higher in numbers, and because it was manufactured in America, that is why it is a left-hand driven car. This is a convertible car, it gets covered up. And ideally it is a two-seater car, but when you open this compartment, there is a seat inside.
Okay.
There is a front-facing seat, and the technical name of the seat is the mother-in-law seat. So you can understand the mother-in-law has to sit here, and then the couple in front. To get into this seat, there are metal blocks given over here, so you have to just step up on these blocks and then you can get in.
Okay, great.
And this is the trunk of the car, because in the entire car there is no space to sit for luggage. There is only sitting space.
Okay.
So this is for the luggage. So if you look at the tires, they are having spokes instead of the flat bases of steels. Another very beautiful thing about this car is that they have got footlights also. They gave footlights in those times, and there is a small storage given here.
That's great.
So you can keep the ski racks or your golf sticks, etc. So the main thing which gives cars its beauty is the placement of the spare wheels, which is outside the main body of the car here, which gives car a very Hulk look. If you see the car, or if you imagine the car without these spare wheels, then you will feel that you will see that the car is
Narrow.
becomes very narrow.
Yeah.
So this gives the car a very beautiful and a very rich look, the sporty look that the car has. This car, this is again a Cadillac V8 of 1939. In 39, the headlamp started getting a little smaller and started moving towards the body of the car. This is a coupe car, and the bonnet of this car is hydraulic. This is again a double door car, and it also participated in Cartier Concours Delhi. And you can see that it has got a very beautiful dashboard. The color combination is so pretty, and it has got hand gears. It doesn't have a flow gear.
Okay.
Whenever you see Cadillacs, you will just see that the tires are in black and white color. So, though it maintains the aesthetics of the car, the second reason was in those days there were no pressure gauges. So after filling the air, how would you measure whether the air pressure is perfect or not? So what happened that after filling the air in the tire, when the outer rim, it rose to the height of 1 inch from the ground, that means that the air pressure is perfect.
Okay.
So that is a measuring unit also.
Pure decay.
Yes.
Can you open it?
That's the boot of the car. No, it's not. Again, the sitting comfort of this car is really very nice. It has got a very good legroom that you can see. Then you can see the armrest given on both sides. Then there is a roof light also given for the comfort, so that if you want to read, you can read, or whatever work you want to do. There is ample of light inside. And even now you can see the dashboard. The dashboard is really very beautiful. This car, this is a Jaguar of 1950. This model is Mark 7, and this car is a 6-cylinder engine car. Again, if you see at the headlamps of this car, now the headlamps are integrated in the body of the car. The main reason of the integration is that this car has now the water cooling system. Till the time there was no water cooling system, you can see that the headlamps are away from the main body of the car to prevent them from being damaged of the heat of the engine. Right? The speciality of this car is that it is purely made of aluminium. There is no other metal mix inside. So aluminium, it is a very sturdy material, as well it is very light also.
Yeah.
So because of its light weight, it goes up to a speed of 120 miles per hour.
Okay.
And you can see the wipers are on the opposite direction.
Yes.
And this car comes with a manual sunroof.
See the wipers. The manual sunroof.
And you can see the gear knob of this car is really very beautiful. Very sleek and very small. The rear view mirror has been given here at the dashboard because the rear glass that is curved and very small. So they get a better vision from here. This car belongs to the Maharaja of Travancore in the south. So Travancore was a state between Kerala and Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
So this car is from there. And among all these cars, only Jaguar has a spat on the rear wheels.
Yes.
So the reason being the speed of the car. So it prevents the tires from being stretched, and the chambers being hit from mud and all. right?
Okay.
And the main reason is it maintains the aerodynamics of the car
Yeah, great. For speed.
for speed. Because you see, if the air cuts from here, then it deflects.
Yes.
So if it wasn't there, so the air would have gone down, which would have again dragged the tire towards the
Right.
ground. So it would have affected the speed and the mileage of the car.
Yeah.
So the numbers were specially taken for this car. You can see it's Jag 51.
Yes.
So it's a very rare number.
Great.
This is a Daimler DB18 of 1938. Daimler is basically the parent company of Mercedes. Now Mercedes and Daimler, they have merged as one company, but they have still kept their identity alive by keeping the design of the front grille intact. The specialty of this car is the shift gearbox or the pre-selected gearbox that this car has, which means while driving, if you want to upshift or downshift the gear, you just have to press the clutch twice. There will be an auto shift of the gear.
Okay.
So that is the automatic version of 1938.
1938.
Yes.
And we are thinking that now we are in automatic state.
So you can have a look inside. It doesn't have the system of manual gear. It's not present there. So it's just in the clutch and the steering. So the entire system, it is just in the clutch and the steering. So So here you can see there is a pre-selector given over here. So you can pre-select the gear in the desired gear that you want to move and then press the clutch. So it will auto shift. Not only this, Daimler has given a roof mounted AC duct. So the car has reading lights also, as well as it has 3 wide armrests on the rear seat. The Mercedes W123 of 1970. It comes with auto transmission, and if you see old Hindi movies, you can see this car very commonly being used.
Right.
So W123 was the model which gave Mercedes its identity. This was the iconic model of Mercedes.
Okay.
Yes. Early movies of James Bond also, if you will see,
Yeah.
you'll find James Bond traveling in W123 black.
Great.
And you can see the gearbox. So you see, in 70s, this car came with AC and a cassette player also.
Okay, here.
It also had a provision of seat belts, which the earlier cars were missing.
Yeah, okay. Great.
This is again a Mercedes W111 of 1964. It's a very beautiful car. The interiors of this car are really nice. If you can have a look at the dashboard, you can see that the music system and the AC vents, they are just on the dashboard horizontally, sorry, and the fuel meter is going vertically.
Okay. Great.
This is the Triumph 500. It was also used during the World War. It belongs to the era of 30s, and it comes with a twin carburetor. Now if you look at the gears and the brakes, so in earlier bikes, the gears were on the right side and the brakes were on the left, that you can see. So Triumph was basically the inspiration for Royal Enfields. So whenever you see Royal Enfields, you will always find a similarity between Triumph and Royal Enfields. This is again a Dodge of 1930s. It was used during the World War also. Dodge is quite popular with the defense. Dodge now with passengers cars, they are into racing cars also. And if you look here inside of the car. So first of all, the opening of the doors, you see it's still 90 degrees.
Yeah.
So there is a wide opening of the doors. So because of this wide opening, they are known as the suicidal doors also. This concept is suicidal doors. And previously in the cars, the front seat, it was a single seat, a bench seat. It was in 1993 or 94 when Maruti launched their cars. Then the concept of bucket seats was introduced in India.
Okay, so Maruti introduced these buckets.
Yes. Otherwise, we had only two cars at that time. That was the Ambassador and the Fiats.
Yeah.
And they had the bench seat. So
Okay.
it was with Marutis that we had the concept of bucket seats.
Bucket seats, right. Great.
And the rear gate, you see, it goes till 110. That was till 90 only. It goes more than 90.
Yeah.
तो भैया आपको अगर ये वीडियो पसंद आई हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें। मैं आपके लिए ऐसे ही बढ़िया बढ़िया व्लॉग लाता रहूँगा। तो आज की मजदूरी हम यहीं पे समाप्त करते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच। टाटा बाय बाय। सी यू इन नेक्स्ट व्लॉग।